Welcome back, everybody, to OneShot. Things don't seem to be getting any better.
That guy knows how it is.
The world is ending. What are we gonna do? Well, there goes Catbot.
Yeah, I was like here bot or something. I know. You're here, Niko. Are you real? Yes. Did you already meet the others? Yeah, but everything is in place then. Come on, let's go back to the clock room.
That might be difficult.
You okay in there? Hello?
Okay, trying to remember how to actually get to the clock room.
Store won't budge. That's the tower.
All right, other elevator.
Another? Let's see if this elevator works.
This is the one that was stuck on another floor. And here's the other floor.
Where are the other two? Prototype? Cedric? Was supposed to be here already. Prototype's body was destroyed back in the Barrens. Cedric was going to bring him back with the memory disk, but he was in the lab complex when it collapsed. I don't think he made it. No. There goes our only chance. I'm sorry. It's not your fault, Niko. If anything, I should be apologizing to you. There's one last thing I want to do. Come on, let's go upstairs. You know, this is the tallest building in the refuge. It's my favorite place in the world. I'd like to look at the far-off buildings and imagine what kind of lives that might be behind each of the windows. Can you lift me up onto the banister? I want to get a better look. It was depressing for me at first too, you know. Knowing that all of this is, well, fake, simulated. Frederick told me about what happened to your old world. Did he? I'm really sorry about that. I can't imagine how he must feel. The feeling of never being able to go home again? That's probably not all that different from your plight, is it? It really is ironic. You are prevented from going home by the same individual who never wanted to bring you here. Huh? Who would that be? The world machine. You might know it as the entity. Oh. Entity does sound familiar. I think I heard it from the Dice Lady from another time. Was it the spirit of the world? Yes. But the thing is, the world machine was only built to run on the mental abilities of someone else. It was never meant to develop a mind of its own. It was an oversight. Our creator specialized in artificial intelligence for so long. It was simply ingrained in his work. And all machines are built with a fundamental law: never let a living being come to harm. From the world machine's perspective, it has to violate its deepest, most foundational instinct. It has to put a living person in danger. It has to bring a real person into a dying world that isn't even real. Of course, the simulation never contained any real danger. The eventual intended ending was meant to be a happy one. But the world machine doesn't know that. Really? Unfortunately, sentient machines tend to handle conflicts in their code very badly. This central conflict triggered into a self-destructive downward spiral. You could see physical manifestations of that everywhere now. The squares. That's the world machine corrupting its own code. The creator says it's largely an involuntary process, induced by the stress and the desire to self-terminate. Your creator knows? Sounds like this has been going on since the beginning then. Yeah. Disruption was an issue during test runs even. At first my creator thought the instability was due to the sheer scope of the project. He spent most of his remaining time testing it over and over again, scaling down the story, reiterating the narrative. By the time he realized the actual root of the problem, our home world's remaining lifespan was measured in mere days. Is there any way for us to fix the world machine? We tried. The world machine doesn't believe any of the world's residents are real, myself included. The odds are against us. We have no chance of taming it. Taming? I've heard that word so many times. I know it's complicated, and then it has to do with robots, but for once, I want to know what it really means. That's what I'm here for. Do you know what a robot is? Yeah. No, I mean, do you know what a robot is? A robot is not a real person, is it? Right. It's a being whose entire existence is code. Inflexible programming with thoughts dictated by someone else's design. They can be copied. They can be mass-produced. They can be assigned all sorts of jobs. Most importantly, they will never confuse themselves with the living. They will always be bound by their code, the knowledge that they are a robot. But this was more of a limitation than anything else. That makes sense. You can't really build a robot to not follow its own code, can you? People have tried, but it's a recipe for disaster. In a way, that's what happened to the world machine. The code conflicts thing? Yeah. But while you can't build a robot, you can't build a robot to not follow its code. You can establish a special bond with it. If the strength of that bond is strong enough, the robot's mental capacity will start to develop outside of its program. In a way, it will start to believe itself a real, valid individual. It's a complete suspension of disbelief on your end, though. You have to fully embrace the robot as a genuine living person, even knowing they are not. You need to spend a lot spend a lot of time with it. Treat it like a good friend, devoting your heart to the robot until it is able to return your feelings. I make it sound so easy, don't I? But you in turn know better than anyone that it's not. Right now, the world machine is probably really scared. This content update involved some pretty deep code work. My creator was able to access some of the source code, you know. He did what he could and established new connections between maps. Those links enabled you to meet the other two. But as it turned out, the new code confused the world machine to such an extent that it's breaking down altogether. Even though the world machine always had self-destructive tendencies, it usually restrains itself when you are in the world. It doesn't want to take you along with it. All my creator wanted was to write a happy ending. Right now, the only hope of saving you is to take you through that ending. But now the other two are gone. I don't even know how we're gonna get you there. We should go. Even this place is no longer safe. Wait, there's a thing!
There was.
Yeah, Daisy. Friend Rue, probably.
Yep. Yeah, I do that sometimes where I don't fully search the area before leaving.
A mysterious fox who can talk. Rue has a bad leg, but the origins of the injury are unknown. Nevertheless, it doesn't seem to bother her too much. Rue is the first child of the author and knows many secrets about the world and its true nature. While she feels wistful thinking back upon how her real world is gone, she is determined to do whatever she can to help Niko set this one right. She's able to retain some of her memories across sessions and has always been watching, and always been waiting for the day her father's plan would finally be set in motion. You guys are okay?
Yep. When the factory started collapsing, I really thought we didn't have a chance. Fortunately, the robot assembly rooms were built pretty tough, and it actually did not take me long to bring Proto back. All thanks to Father's book. He had made my design documents to be compatible with the assembly machines there. All I had to do was scan in the blueprints and reconfigure some machine settings. Father really does think of everything.
That he does. I'm just glad everyone is okay. Me too. Things were looking really hopeless back there, weren't they, Eterna? But now that everything's here, maybe we can still fix everything?
Or at least, whatever is left. Either way, we do everything we can to help you get there.
Niko, will you lead us back to the room? Let's do this.
4-person party! Gee, it took this RPG Maker game long enough. Oh, this is... No wonder he wanted us to all be here for this.
What are these things anyway?
Code portals. They temporarily remove us from the world.
What?
It's a bit hard to explain. Basically, my father has hidden a description key in our code, with a TXT file as its shell. But to get to them, we have to be removed from the world and decompiled. When our keys are combined into a central location, it will activate an encrypted part of this world, which will... Really, maybe it's better if you explain.
I'll attempt. Basically, these portals all represent a physical location on Eterna's machine. Oh. And when we enter these portals, we will be sent to that location.
Wherever that is.
I'm sure Eterna is already pretty familiar with retrieving puzzle pieces from this world on their system. But this time, Eterna would need to move around some things as well.
Specifically by moving the keys from the small portal to the big one. I don't know what happens next, though.
I see. Does Eterna know where these portals lead, at least? You should probably ask Eterna on this. Right. Hold on. The journal is glowing again, Eterna. Portals. OneShot.
Actually.
Oh, no, it's right there. Portal 1, 2, 3.
Portals.
Big portal.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Some weird square light on the floor. Glows red. This one is meant for me, then. It's a weird square light on the floor. It glows green.
This one is configured to my code, I think.
It glows blue.
This one would be configured to my code.
And now he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's gone. And now she's gone.
Where'd everyone go?
Big portal. A big rectangle light on the floor. Glows purple.
See you guys next time. Also realized the clock stopped.
Huh?
The clock has stopped.
Oh, it stopped ticking.
Well, it did. It was silent.
It's probably just a very dramatic effect here.
Oh yeah, probably. See you guys next time. Either way.